shake your body, shake your body.
You can sleep longer. Let's not sleep together. You can sleep longer. Let's not sleep
girls wind up on the dance floor. All it, 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 all it.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the UGC League Intermediate tier. I'm here with my co-host, Kittens. Say hello.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Yes, we are live. I survived Hurricane Florence, and we're gonna have a fun matchup. What do you know about these teams, Cactus Pop B?
Well, this is the first game of the league for our home team, Insomnia. We have ourselves a nice juicy match to start off with. On the side of Insomnia, we got Preston, Infamous, Killua, Craniate, Arakan, and Predator. I probably butchered at least one of those names. And on the other side, we have CTHULUS Kittens. Nice name. We have Sevix, Hawk, Jerry, Coolstar, Dersey, and Jabberwocky. And
And for folks who don't know, we're on a 3-minute delay right now. It's just FYI. So that's just the rule set. So right now we're just waiting for the president, or excuse me, the captain of Cthulhu's Kittens to give us the word, and we're gonna be good to go. Well, looks like there's the word. So what's gonna be the first map? Looks like maybe Nepal.
Paul, an interesting one. King of the Hill. There will be a battle over a central objective, and whoever manages to control it for longer wins. Pretty simple.
Well said. Well said. Just like the Overwatch League.
Just like the Overwatch League, indeed. Hopefully, we will see a little more varied comps than we saw for the most part of Overwatch League Season 1. It was rather tiresome to see Mercy all the time, but, you know, metas change, and we are here now with a nerfed Mercy and buffed other supports.
Well, you know, when you say that though, however, you do if you haven't been watching an extra the World Cup is excuse me, not the World Cup, the World tournaments and stuff like that. the various world stages, you saw a lot of different variations on that. We saw a couple of bastions, we saw a couple of Doomfist. So I think it should be interesting to see, especially with the new teams that are coming into the Overwatch League next season. It's gonna be very interesting right now.
All right. Looks like
like
one person went to go take a bathroom break, so we're not getting into things quite yet. But yeah, I agree with you. I think the meta is quite interesting these days. I hopefully we'll see some really interesting comps as it's not very set in stone exactly what you could run these days.
That is true. It's definitely not set in stone, but especially in this level, down to this one, you do see a lot of variety of different stats that you not normally don't see in the Overwatch League. So in my opinion, I love watching these games, love casting these games. You see a lot of different going on. Looks like they are ready. Looks like we're readying up and we are going live right here.
All right, first map Nepal. We'll see what we get first. We've got, I believe this is Sanctuary. Am I right? Or am I right?
Yes. So this is Sanctum right now, which Sanctum has that nice little fall off on the left left or right side depending on where you're attacking from. That really kind of messes people up. That's for sure. A lot of boop heavy characters. We get a lot of aggressive roadhogs trying to hook people into that hole on the side of it. So there's a lot of fighting, but a lot of open spaces for say Pharah or anything of that nature.
Mm-hmm. Pharah also with that boop to knock people into the pit. Or if you put anyone in the pit, it's goodbye to them if they can't get out. As they'll just fall to the bottom and instantly die. Take it back to the spawn room 10 seconds later until you can join the fight. All right, let's take a look at these compositions here. We have pretty interesting composition coming out from CTHULUS Kittens. They've got a Torbjorn. If they stick with that, I will be impressed. But I think we will be seeing a switch from that. Meanwhile, on the left side, blue team Insomnia, we're gonna see an interesting Comparisa Hog for that nice boot potential, as well as the Lucio, the OG booper, if you will. Predator on the Widowmaker, and we are rolling out now. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Looks like they're speed boosting. President speed boosting around the side right now. We got already voltage on the point already, just basically just making their own. But we already got a one. Hawk takes out Arcuden already. That's a 1-for-1 right there.
Yep, and they're now sitting over the point. Insomnia one down. They're gonna opt to rotate around the side. This will be interesting.
Got a nice little match right here. Almost boops everybody off the edge with that one. Infamous just trying to get out of that fight. Infamous goes down. But we got a McCree. Jerry's going all the way around and kind of pick out the healer. What they're trying to do is trying to contest the top right there, and just kind of force him down to the point. Here we go. Here comes a trading blows right now. Here comes a Riptire coming in. Doesn't take anybody out, which I was very surprised at. But here comes the self-destruct, just trying to clear everybody off the point. Everybody clears out. Arcid dies to the Total Mayhem. I just love that Total Mayhem from Junkrat, that's for sure. So.
All right, Jabberwocky now in a bit of trouble. Jersey kind of just trying to hold the point as long as he can, but it's one Orisa against the world, although Coolstar's back here. And now it's just a brawl over the point, and Voltage, despite coming in with the advantage, are now sort of losing it. Well, that's just everyone dead from Voltage. It's only the Hog in the back room to kind of hold on to things, but
yeah,
never mind.
That's gonna be a nice little wipe right there. Very bad stagger on the spawn. So Infamous gonna hold up the team right now, but we do have a switch off. Predator is now on the Tracer. Looks like he's gonna try to get some picks from behind.
Yeah, and if you look at the ultimate economy over on the right-hand side, CTHULUS Kittens coming up on 3 ultimates and along
here comes Arc coming up. Arcus coming around just to blast the teammates. Here he goes in with the Reaper, but he gets immediately. Here comes the Transcendence. Jerry just trying to use the transcendence. Jerry is trying to use the Deadeye just to clear everybody off the point. Just to, more of a zoning alternate situation. Here comes a Riptide right now coming around. Takes out the team, and wow, that looks like that's a solid. Unless Predator can get on the point to kind of stall it, but once Predator's out of this matchup, it's gonna be game over for this one. It's gonna be it's at 1-1, but President is also.
Oh, he got
the
someone
top.
off the side. Oh,
He
got
did
no
boop.
trap.
He did boop Cool Star off of there. So I mean, you know, that did work out, but unfortunately, there wasn't a lot to back up with that. So it looks like it's gonna be Cthulhu 1, Voltage 0.
And if you, Insomnia or Voltage, excuse me, had a good idea in mind. They were trying to just rush onto the point and hold it, but Junkrat, that's exactly where he wants you. He wants you to be grouped up. He wants you to be on the point, huddling behind a shield that's rapidly draining out of HP. And once that happens, you're just gonna explode. So rather unfortunate. We'll have to see what Voltage will try and do here to accommodate that playstyle. Hawk still on the no longer on the Junkrat, actually going to be switching over to the Pharah. Jerry's still on the trustworthy McCree. Meanwhile, on the other side, we have Preston sticking to his trustworthy Lucio. Of note, now we have Prenier on the Mercy.
Well, this is a very good farm map right here, that's for sure. When you get a Hawk and you got the pharmacy going on. Let's see if Hawk can get some shots into there. And Jerry's is also just taking pot shots from up top. Let's see what Hawk's going to be doing right now, just so you know, peppering the point right now. But it looks like that, you know, Voltage is going to be able to just hold on to this point here. But can they take out Hawk? Because Hawk is still uncontested up in midair. Doesn't matter though. Point switch over to Voltage. And Hulu just goes up and takes out Hawk up in the midair.
Yeah, at some point, Jabberwocky got disconnected from Hawk on the far, and once Hawk no longer had that pocket, it was just free shooting for Killua. That shotgun might not deal a lot of damage, but when you have no healing, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter when you have that much healing going on, but once the healers got separated from the team, that's when things started going on. And we got Hawk up on top with a, you know, pharmacy, the good old pharmacy up top. Goldstar just trying to make something out of it right now, just coming in with the Hawks coming up behind, uncontested, and it's just peppering people. And up there, Kula goes up there and just tries to say, get out the hell off this point. And it looks like it's going to be a very solid right now hold from Voltage. Voltage is just going to keep this point on lockdown. Very surprised. Are they going to get the split spawn with that? Oh, Jerry takes out the healer in the process, though. That might be the opening that Cthulhu Kittens needs to get in there.
Primal Rage onto the point. Dersey finds Preston in the background. They do have Cthulhu's Kittens do have a few ultimates to work with here, but it doesn't look like they'll need them as Cthulhu's Kittens just flip the point right back over.
And that was once that Mercy once Pranit went down, I think that's how you pronounce it, if not, my bad. Once that Mercy went down, that Voltage just fell apart after that, and that's why you don't really go out that far, guys, because when you lose a healer like that, that's when things start falling apart.
All right, but it's not over for Voltage yet. They do have that sound barrier to try and retake, and they're going in already. There goes the sound barrier.
Oh, here comes Arkin, but sound barrier, opposing sound barrier, just like I said. Oh, Hawk with the barrage up top. Tries to get some people. Jerry come with the high news, which just ults left and right. That was wow.
A clean clear of the ultimate board right there.
I mean, yeah, that was like crazy. That was just crazy because it just went back and forth, alt after alt after alt after alt, and really Voltage ended up losing in that one.
Yep, when the smoke cleared, Cthulhu's Kittens still in control of the point, but they haven't gotten back up to where. Ooh, that's a quick dive right there. They're just going
What's coming in right now? Predator is just trying to take out the healers in the back right now. Takes out one of them. Is he able to take out the Mercy? Let's see. The Hawk's also coming up. Nope. He just got slapped around by that. This Winston is doing work. Dirt's doing work right now. Finally gets taken down. I mean, Team Voltage, they gotta come up with something right now.
All right, they're entering last fight territory. 83% counting in about 15 seconds, loading to touch the point. Predator back on the Widowmaker. Arakan with the Reaper ultimate, the Death Blossom to work with. Infamous.
Oh, and Predator takes out Hawk in the back. Just res is gonna be used by that Mercy, so Jabberwocky won't have that res in that fight. Here we go. It's gonna be all or nothing on this point right now. We got a Battle Mercy going on. Some voltage. Voltage is just taking that Battle Mercy to. Oh my goodness. There we go. Hawk has to retreat with the pixel of health. Oh man, that would have been a nice stagger right there, but Hawk just barely makes it out of there. That was insane.
Back up. But now if you're Voltage, you're starting to sweat a little bit. Only the Death Blossom again to work with, and meanwhile you're looking at a Diva Bomb, you're looking at the Deadeye, you're coming up on that Transcendence. You're gonna need a miracle to pull this one off here, McKittens.
Yeah, well, I mean, Predator right now is also close to his ult as well, so... and actually, he has it right now. Here comes the sights now, so everybody can see what's going on. So they can see this push on the left side here.
But they can't see Infamous and Arakan up top. Oh, well, that Jerry spots that one out. The Transcendence force. Oh, that's not good. Arakan fell with the Death Bomb.
Oh, here comes the dual Diva Bombs coming in. Oh, and it takes out trading Baby Divas. Let's see Voltage right now. Ooh, that's a...
I don't think anyone can get back to the point.
I don't think anybody can. I think that's going to be 2-0. Kittens wins that one. So this is a best of 5 series. So right now, Voltage is down in map. Kittens is up. So I don't know if they're playing, and I probably should have checked this. I don't know if you know this Cactus Puppy. If they're playing Overwatch, if they're playing like Scrub Crop rules, where basically they got to choose. So loser chooses the next map. I'm not exactly sure. We'll see that in the next break.
We will see, and in the meantime, we will be heading to a break. Don't go anywhere. Next up, we do have more games for you. See you soon.
Check your body.
You can sleep neither. Let's not sleep together. You can sleep neither. Let's not sleep
underground. Check your body, check your body.
You can sleep neither. Let's not sleep together. You can sleep neither. Let's not sleep together.
All right, and welcome back to the UGC Intermediate Tier League, and we're going to Hollywood. And
Star-studded cast, everybody, right here with me, the Kittens, and Cactus Puppy, right here.
Hello,
Or we
hello.
just hello. So yeah, so we're going to Hollywood right now. So what do you think? What do you predictions on this map? Do you think Voltage is going to be able to pull it out on this one?
yeah, so just as a reminder, in case you're just tuning in, Voltage on the right side in the red is down 0-1. They lost to Cthulhu's Kittens on Nepal, and they're gonna try and even up the score here. I think they can do it. They'll be on the attack first.
Yeah,
What do you
there's
think, Kittens?
yeah, well, interesting comps so far. Now, of course, they got a minute to switch around, so it should be interesting, though. Now, Cthulhu, I believe, is going to be on, actually, looks like Cthulhu is actually going to be on attack. No, wait, they switched sides. Look at that. It's interesting. Normally, they're blue, but yeah, you're right. Voltage is going to be on attack. We got, President going on Moira, which is interesting. Usually we see him on the, on the Widow. And more DPS characters. Well, Moira can be considered a DPS. At least that's how I play him as. What about you?
I prefer to the healing side, but that might also be might be a side effect of being a Mercy main for like 6 seasons. Mercy 2.0. I do not miss them.
Mercy 2.0. Oh my. But looks like they're gonna go with actually. I can't tell which one Predator is switching. I don't know. What is he gonna stay on? That's the question. You switched like 3. There we go. All right. It's like, here we go.
Is that Goat's Eye Spy from the corner of my eye? It is indeed.
I believe that is Goats.
Here we go. The disgusting rushdown comp. We'll have to see if Cthulhu's Kittens are ready for it. The Jabberwocky takes out Infamous, the main tank of Voltage over here. So they're now fighting 5v6, sprawling on the point. Jerry takes out Preston. Killua's going to answer back with a kill onto Hog. Devic's in a bit of trouble in the background, actually gets the help he needs and takes down Craniate, and it looks like Voltage are going to lose out on this first push.
And I'm actually very surprised about that, because I was expecting them to just be actually in kind of pure panic mode right there through Kittens from that. I mean, they did get Hawk out immediately in that, but I was very surprised at how quickly that fell apart.
Yeah, Killua, brutal stagger there, Jabberwocky. The one to claim that one. And now 3 minutes left on the clock.
And we should see how, Infamous got to lead this team in right here. So here we go. With discharge, here they go.
Infamous already kind of low. Jersey picks up the first kill onto Craniate. Infamous down again. Double kill here for Jersey. With the aid of that Netto boost, Killua DMX School Star, but that looks like about all Voltage is going to get, as Team Cthulhu's Kittens is just going to mop up, and I believe Killua another brutal stagger. Oh dear.
Now they do have plenty of time on this one, though. It's not down and out for Voltage. Killa's still in the back, just trying to have somebody up, and there goes the kill. That's a brutal stagger right there. Now the question is Voltage gonna wait until Killaloo comes back in, or are they just gonna go right into it?
Damage increase.
Looks like Arakan so far is just working his way around the left side. Infamous going up top, so it looks like they're gonna switch over to the dive, try and dive the supports in the background. Oh, that's the Riptire coming in, and they have. Oh, that's a triple kill.
Wow.
And the D-Mech Hawk absolutely clutching it out with one ultimate, and already the fight's over.
That was a beautiful Riptire right there. You always try to hold it for that perfect moment, especially when you're a Junkrat, to get that triple Riptire, triple kill. That was a beautiful run there. It immediately stopped that push. We still have 1:20 on the clock, so there's still plenty of time to switch this.
Alright, looks like Infamous is going for the backline. The Coalesce is employed as well with the Supercharger, who's going to help Jerry secure the kill onto Arakan. The Jedi finds nothing but bomb from Voltage, finds 2. Is it going to be enough? Jerry finds, that's a bomb from Cthulhu's Kittens. And Jersey gonna clean up the kill onto Killua, and that's going to be CTHULUS Kittens with another clean team.
And now we're down with coming down to 45 seconds remaining before they actually are able to start pushing. What do you think Voltage needs to do to switch the things up? Because right now, whatever it's doing is now. Oh, looks like we got a pause going on right now.
Rigged. No, I'm just kidding. So we do have a few swaps. Well, I was about to say somebody on Voltage was playing the Pharah. The farmers seem maybe the answer they need, but Jerry has been absolutely killing it in terms of the accuracy. So I'm not quite sure how that would have worked out.
Well, I think it was the person that just crashed Arkin was the one that was on Pharah, because he was actually going around trying to counteract it. But Genji is an interesting choice right here. I guess they're just trying to go for fast attack. I mean, they got the issue that they're running into right now is they have nothing to counteract Jerry in the backfield. Jerry is coming up in the backfield, staying up in this little cafe area, and he's just picking people off left by left. So they really need something to counteract them. Maybe the Genji gets up in the McCree's face. Might be a response. What do you think?
I think that might be a good idea. They being CTHULUS Kittens have just been running this bunker comp, sitting in the back. Been pretty effective for them, as they've just been able to sort of repulse any pushes from Voltage. So if they can get into the back line, they tried that with a dive, but if they can get into the back line with a little more damage, as you said, maybe that Genji in the background will be enough. If they get the Dragon Blade up in time, he's 50% to it already. If he can get that Dragon Blade, it might be massive, especially since Sevix is not going to get the Transcendence in time for that blade. They can pull that off, then they might be ready to start pushing the payload.
Arkin is coming back into the game, so we should be getting out of the pause break soon. Now, unfortunately, when you disconnect like that, you lose all your ult charge if you had any. So that's another thing that's going up against Team Voltage. They really got to pull something out here at this point.
I think Arakan was just swapped. There was a lot of hero swaps going around, and I think Arakan was the first.
I think so, yeah. I think you're right.
So I don't think you lose too much in terms of ultimate charge in that respect. I think your best bet right now is Predator's Nano Blade, especially considering you only have 40 seconds left to build any sort of ultimates.
That looks like we're getting the readies up from the team. So once it goes live, we got 42 seconds remaining. Let's see if they can pull something out here.
If Voltage can cap in the next 40 seconds, it's not going to be over for them. They will have a fighting chance at getting back into the series 1-1. All right, squaring up now. It looks like we're just waiting for, or it looks like Arakan's just coming back as well. And they're rushing in now.
Here we go.
Infamous falling low already. I think this is part of the problem. He's just been dying so quickly, especially with Jerry taking him down. Jersey finds Predator before he can build that blade. And, well, that's just a clean team wipe. I'm not sure if he can even get back to the point in time.
No, on that, no. I mean, Mercy's got to do something, at least tag the point, but Mercy goes down. Well, put that ham in, actually. Let's see if this Riptide. Riptide's probably going to stop the progress. Yep, and it gets that later, but, oh, Praneet was almost on the point there.
Step right up.
So, what?
Score.
So, what is, so the question is, what is Team Voltage got to do in order to, can they even force a draw at this point? I mean, they could still force a draw, but what do they got to do in order to do this?
Well, I think you really need to somehow shut down Jerry in some way, shape, or form. If you're unable to fight him directly, at some point you're going to need to fight him in terms of killing the supports. But Jabberwocky's just been on fire in terms of main support, been able to dodge away from those dives, keep his team up, and just sort of keep Jerry alive long enough for him to find those heads and click on them. So I'm not quite sure, but if you can take out Jabberwocky or Jerry, I think you're golden to try and hold this point here.
And it looks like we got some pretty interesting selections so far from Cthulhu Kittens. I mean, they got Jerry on Widow, and it looks like we got another pause break right now. Man, we got to keep talking about things.
Arakan again, dropping out of the fight. Looks like, yeah,
Arakan again. Welcome to Quebec. Not exactly sure. Is Quebec naturally known for crashing?
Looks like we have confirmation that Arakan is having some electricity problems, such as the struggle of online tournaments. If we had a nice Overwatch League studio, of course, we wouldn't have to quite deal with so many things, but such is the internet.
I was gonna say we need to get that, guys. Let's get those subs coming in so we can build a studio for Insomnia Gaming. That way we could do that. But yeah, that should be interesting though. You did bring up a valid point. You were actually talking about how the casters, while we're waiting for them to come back online, explain a little bit about the Overwatch League casters and how they do things. What you were telling me before.
So, I mean, I haven't been there in person, but the casters in the Overwatch League, they get this nice little or not little you get this nice monitor that sort of it's split into 4 sections, and each one is an observer feed, and so you get to see the nice you get to see a lot more than one view, and you also get to have a nice little red rectangle indicating exactly what the stream is seeing. So unfortunately we don't have such magic, but we try. We
just have our golden voices, that's for sure.
Hire us, Overwatch League. Anyways,
accepting applications. Anybody? No.
Okay. Internships. Anyways, Preston. It looks like Voltage were starting to roll out with an interesting comp. Preston on the Ana. And I still have no idea how to say that name. Krenit.
Krenit. There you go.
Confirmation. Krenit. All right. Confirmation. Lovely. So 2 main supports. That's a lot of healing.
Well, I mean, yeah, you got those 2 main supports that are going to be coming in, but I mean, the way that Voltage has been, really hasn't been holding their own in this matchup. They're probably going to need that much healing to kind of stay alive. They might do the same thing as CTHULUS did, where they just kind of go, stronghold and just set down. Not sure what Predator and the other guy who disconnected. Oh, there he is, coming back in. Not exactly sure what they were going to select to kind of complete this comp, but interesting to see what KITTENS is bringing out. Looks like they're going to be going a little bit of a dive, sort of pseudo dive comp, because I know it's not really much of a dive type character. You normally see like either Yo or Mercy with the dive setup, but kind of interesting to see how they're going to be playing this one out.
I think if you can hole up in the cafe, much like KITTENS did in the last round, you'll be okay. Especially if you lose somebody, you'll have that res potential to come back. Arakan selecting the Junkrat and Predator selecting the McCree, 2 characters who demand a lot of space if you do it right. Oh, Predator is actually going to switch over to Hunter.
Yeah, but I was going to say Predator keeps doing that. He did that last round. You can't figure out which one he's going to do, but that Junkrat should be a solid pick, especially with this kind of dive heavy setup right here from CTHULUS Kittens. If you get a couple of, just spamming just into that chokehold right there, that's one of the toughest things to get past, is a Junkrat just spamming into that. They don't have like a Czar. We may see a switch up to a Czar later on, or Zarya. So we'll see what happens.
Right, 7 seconds until we get started here, and it looks like KTHULUS Kittens will be sticking with this comp. We'll have to see how the 2 square up. I think this is more a question of mechanical skill on both teams rather than one composition just absolutely dominating another.
Well, they're pulling back pretty far back here, so there's definitely no room for error for Voltage right here. If things go south, there's no kind of wiggle room to kind of go back to, so they gotta have to keep everybody in check up here.
Dive setting up on the top ground from KTHULUS Kittens, and that's going to be Jersey diving right in to try and engage the fight. Nobody falling really low. The supports so far doing their job, but in the meantime, Jerry finds Predator, and that's the sniper duel 1 here for KTHULUS Kittens, and that's not very good if you're in terms of trying to hold the point. Jersey finds Krenit in the back, and that's going to be one of their main sources of healing falling, and with that, Jerry finds the kill to kill one, and despite Infamous finding the kill into Jersey, it doesn't look good. They have to touch the point. Infamous barely gets there in time, but Predator won't rotate in time. KTHULUS Kittens with a solid first push take Hollywood and make this series 2-0.
And I was just saying that you were just pointing out that sniper in the backfield right there just really messed it up. And no surprise, Hawk gets the play of the game with his triple tire right here. This always makes me smile as a Junkrat man.
All right. Well, at the or I guess sort of at the half, CTHULUS Kittens up 2-0, and Voltage needing a reverse sweep to have a chance of winning this series.
Show how it's done.
Ooh, Jabberwocky with the nice 6 votes. Coordinated team voting. I like it.
Yeah, and it's as you mentioned, it's the best out of 5 series right now. So if they don't win this one, if Voltage doesn't win, that's gonna be game over. Or actually, they're saying good game right now.
Best out of 3.
My apologies. I was been lied to. So I guess that's game over, everybody. So yeah.
Well, that was rather quick. Thanks for joining us for our little nice adventure with CTHULUS Kittens and Insomnia. Best of luck to CTHULUS Kittens. GG's on the win. Insomnia, you have time to bounce back. We have
Oh, sure. Yeah. So just want to give a shout out to a couple of sponsors that we have right now. Terabyte Optics for, lovely gaming glasses, official sponsors. But correct me if I'm wrong, Naps. I think you should probably do this because you know who the sponsor list is.
I would like to give a shout out to Terabyte Optics, who supplied us with gaming glasses for a couple of our streamers. And please use code Insomnia for 5% off at terabyteoptics.com. And we're also partnered with Acquire and partnered with Humble Bundle. So please support our sponsors and partners so that we can further support the org.
Insomnia Gaming, a lovely streaming organization if you have not heard of us. And any purchases made through our sponsors will also benefit us as well. So, Heart, please check them out. All right, I think that's about it. McKittens, you want to say anything before we sign off?
I was gonna say, that was I think Team Voltage has got a little bit to work on right now, but I mean, again, this is just the first round of this tournament, so there's still room for improvement. I mean, hey, Cleveland Browns, they just almost got a win today, and they still lost. They're gonna pull it out this season, so hey, I can see Voltage actually coming back and winning this.
All right, best of luck to both teams in the UGC League, and we'll be signing off here. Thank you for tuning in, everybody in Twitch chat. Much love, and we will see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Check your body.
You can sleep in all day. Let's not sleep together. You can sleep in all day. Let's not sleep together. punishment.